Welcome to another episode of Jay Leno's Garage. We're going to talk about something very obscure and very early in automotive history. This is Steve Hammett, and the name of the company is leatherplates.com.
That's right.
Well, in the early days of motoring, people made their own license plates. Is that correct?
Yes. Before the states issued their actual plates, they'd give you a number,
Right.
and then the owner of the automobile would have to fabricate or purchase from a separate vendor their own plate.
All right, so they just give you your number 14, and
Yep.
then you would just, it was your duty to make your own license plate.
Yes.
Okay. What he does is recreates the plates using the same materials and the same skills and the same type of lettering as they did back then. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So most of them were leather, or did people do wood and metal too?
Some were metal. Some of them painted them right on the body.
Right.
Put them on the side of the headlights. But the majority of them were leather.
Yeah.
In California, it was popular to have the front license plate to be on a wire screen,
Right.
to let air through to the radiator, but
Sure.
it was more of a gimmick than a real
Yeah.
need.
Okay. So what year did that all go away?
Depends on the state.
Right.
It never happened in Massachusetts because they issued plates from 1903
Oh, is
when
that
they
right?
first
Okay.
started issuing licenses. California, it went through 1913.
Oh, okay.
So some states up to 16 and 17, but by then all states were issuing their own.
Okay, very good. So let's say I've got myself like my 1906 Stanley Steamer. I would come to you and you would make the plate for us,
Yes, I
correct?
would.
And this is obviously a heavy grade leather.
Here's the California plate right here.
Okay. Now what makes this a California? It just says Cal on it?
That's all they required.
Okay.
And the correct number.
Oh, and the correct number. Okay. Now would that number also be an engine or a chassis number, or would it just be a number issued by the state?
It was, at that time, it was an state issued number.
Oh, I see. Very good. Very good. So it had nothing to do with the manufacturer. Or
No,
anything.
and they had no serial numbers as such, as a VIN number.
Okay.
Some of them had serial numbers or engine numbers, but no VIN numbers.
So obviously people could have plate number 28 if they have the 28th car in the state. Is that how it went?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now this one, what do we have here? Oh, I see. These are the different states.
These are some of the various states that we've created special artwork for.
That's Oklahoma.
Yep.
Is that Illinois?
Illinois,
What's that one?
Washington,
Oh, Washington. Oh, California.
California,
Texas.
Texas, Nebraska,
Nebraska.
Colorado, Arizona.
As you can see, these are riveted on there. Is that a rivet in
Yeah.
there? No, it doesn't go all the way through. It just goes into the leather.
Two layers of leather. sewn
Oh, I
together.
see. It's a really quality product. Well, they had to be outside, right?
That's right.
Outside, and obviously picking up rain and sleet and snow and everything else that's out there. See, this is something I did not know. I did not know that people made their own license plates. That's very, very good.
Now, in this case, that's not an actual license plate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a year and
14 CAD.
Cadillac.
Right.
Somebody would hang that on the front of their car if they like. Today,
Yeah.
but back then they would. They could do it back then too, because they kept their real license plate on the back.
Now, are these still legal? If you've got yourself a 1906, whatever, is it still legal to have one of these leather plates?
Do you have a '65 Corvette?
I don't have a 65 Corvette.
Close to it.
Yeah.
Do you have a year of manufacture plate on it? Often people do.
Oh, I see. So very good.
This is a year of manufacture. You can register it, just like you do a year of manufacture, except the state never issued it. You're reproducing what was generated back then.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, this is one of those just oddball things I didn't know anything about. And I didn't think anybody was still making them. So thank you for doing this and keeping the tradition alive. Have you cornered the market on this? Is there anybody else doing this?
As far as I know, I've cornered the market on it.
Yeah, I don't think I know anybody else is doing this. And how big a call is it? How many times do you get a call?
Well, I started a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, I'm involved with the Horseless Carriage Club of America.
Right.
And those are the cars that use this.
Right.
And so those are the places I go. Hershey,
Right.
Bakersfield.
Well, I
et cetera.
imagine when you make a quality product that doesn't wear out, you got a customer for life, and that's it, isn't it?
Well, yes, but somebody like you with
A bunch of cars.
how many cars?
Yeah, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this for some of my early cars. I wasn't aware of this. I run horseless carriage plates on it, but if I can run one of these, that's very good. Now, this is your real plate for what car?
1914 Overland.
1914 Overland. Okay. Now.
And it happens to be a 1914 79T Overland.
Oh, there you go.
So this is going to go on the front of my car, and that's the plate off the back.
So when you go down to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and they don't know what the hell you're talking about, Is there any law that the letter has to be so big or anything of that nature?
There's only been one state that there was even a question, and as soon as the guy showed up and showed him the plate, then they forgot about it.
Oh, okay, very
Yeah.
good. So it is a legal license plate. So if you have trouble registering your car, send them to this website, and we'll set them straight, because they are legal, and they're reflective, and nice. Different leathers or just black? Everybody
Just black.
Just black. That's
Just
what
black.
they did. So very good. Now, how do they get in touch with you?
www.leatherplates.com.
And what does a plate generally run? How much are they?
Well, they run specifically $125
$125. Well, that's not bad at all. Is that per plate or for two plates?
per plate.
Per plate. Okay, well, that's a lot of work, and it's a heavy grade leather. So what's the last year that they did these plates? What would you say?
Well, generally around 1915. There
1915.
a few states were different, a few
Right.
states earlier, but generally around 1950.
So if you got yourself a horseless carriage or a pre-15 car, this could be the way to go. In fact, look at my stats right over here. Let's see. I think there's my plate, but that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Yeah. Cool. Check it out.